you. Okay guys, hi, it's Deja, and today I'm with Tane Runo, and we are going to do a little P.O.V.
Okay.
Yes. So, I want to know, what song did you listen to on the way here?
I was in the car with my brother Tim, and we was listening to the new Travis Scott teaser. What's it called?
I haven't listened to
Modern
it yet.
Day.
Okay.
Modern Times, actually.
Okay, how do you
You
feel about
heard
it?
Utopia yet?
I haven't listened to anything yet. Why you saying that?
No, I'm just being bigger.
Okay, well, no, I haven't listened to it yet.
Okay.
So.
I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay. I don't even want to get my opinion. But that's what I was listening to on the way here. Loud as fuck.
Okay, so it makes you feel good.
Yeah, it made me feel really good. It reminded me of that Kanye song, I Am a God. Because actually it is the OG, the beat is the OG version, I Am a God by Kanye.
Okay, so it's kind of like sampled.
Slick, inspired. Yeah, because the beats are, the I Am a God we know is like different from what you hear. So it's like an elevated or it's a V1, V2. That was a fly question.
Thank you. Just getting into that like sampling, how do you feel about sampling?
Oh, it's just fine. Like I do a lot of sampling. That's where I started out. Just you be able to take like somebody's idea and just reconstruct it, elevate it, just give it a different iteration, and put your own like touch and perception on things. It's always cool because like I don't know, sampling can be if you like give somebody a song and ask 3 producers to like make their own version of it, it's gonna be different. Like if you gave me these pieces, I probably would have worn them differently.
Okay. How would you have worn this?
I probably would have worn it as a cape.
This?
I'm fucking with you.
Oh, I was gonna say, because the slit, I don't know how it would go over that.
No, that shirt hard though. No, you did it right though. You probably would have done like 20.
Okay, 20. Yeah. Okay. Who is your favorite artist of all time? Hard question.
Nah, Michael Jackson.
Okay,
but
I love Michael Jackson too.
Like outside of Michael, I'll probably say this guy named P.O.V.
Okay.
He's out of London.
Okay.
He's really incredible.
Okay, so how do you discover your music? Because you're saying he out of London. Sometimes, like I've heard of Central C, that's his name?
Yeah, he hard too.
I like him.
He's fine.
But I'm like, a lot of people are like getting hip to him, so I just wonder like, how do you discover new artists to listen to?
Conversations like these. So like we might be chilling or something. I might be like, typically one of the first questions I'm asking like a new set of people is what they're listening to currently. So yeah, I'll be like, you mind if I see your Apple Music or Spotify and just see the most current songs they added. So that's how. But P.O.V. I came across him because a friend of mine in high school was like, hey, I think I have this artist I listen to. I think you would like him. And the first song he played me, I fell in love.
Okay.
So it was really cool.
Okay, so who's your favorite producer?
Jay Dilla.
Okay.
But right now, my favorite producer right now, probably Jahan Sweet or Benny X.
Okay, you put me on to a lot of people.
And so Jahan, he's not even really new on the scene, but he's becoming more popular than he's ever been. But Jahan did the birthday song for Drake. He did 7 on the new Travis Scott album.
Okay, so I gotta listen to the album. That's what it's giving.
I mean, you should.
Okay.
You should. It's because it's lit. You know, it's part of the culture. This nigga, Travis Scott's amazing.
Yeah, I like how he can do music and switch over to apparel and like footwear and stuff. His intention and his creativity, it just expands outside of just being one-dimensional, which is something I aspire to do on a grandiose fucking scale. Especially you see the skyline, like I want to be a part of just the whole uplifting and upbringing and elevation of Atlanta. Well, I know you're not from here.
Columbus, Ohio.
I'm from Cleveland.
Whoa!
Yeah. And so I know you used to like Bow Wow. You probably still like him.
That's crazy. You know, as a kid, I used to be a kid rapper.
I know.
And I used to. She hard.
I was doing, you know.
I love that.
I was
so look,
you.
when I was young though, I didn't like Bow Wow.
Why?
Because I was just like, I'm the hottest nigga out of Columbus.
Period though.
I felt like I'm the. I don't know why I felt like that because it carried on to in my adulthood, but
But
now
that's confidence.
it is true. But now that I'm older and just wiser, I love Bow Wow. I love what he's done for Columbus, as artists out of Columbus. I want to do even more.
Yeah.
For the city, but shout out to Bow Wow. Fucking legend.
My favorite song about Bow Wow is Lil Bow Wow. You just don't know. So fast across the floor. I used to be just outdoor there, like
where you
screaming. 95.
Okay. 93.
Okay. Okay, so we're close in age.
August 29th?
Yeah, Michael Jackson's birthday.
You saw I said my favorite artist.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay. We're here.
Okay, so what is your favorite song that you've produced?
You making it singular. Can I give you like a top three?
I have three. Like one that you produced that's out, one that went on you thought was gonna be in a project but didn't make the project, and one that's in the working.
Ooh,
okay,
dang.
yeah.
I said, hey, make sure you ask me some fire shit.
Yeah.
And you, black women, just exceeding expectations. So my favorite record that I produced that's out now, man, that's a really good question. Because I don't listen to my music when it comes out, after it comes out. Because I'm typically like listening to shit that's like, that's unreleased or about to come out. So almost like being like, I don't know, like the kooky, like I got some shit you ain't got. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't got these. But damn, the favorite song I produced that's out, probably "Love Has the Power" by Baby Rose.
I was listening to.
Okay, so the ending of "Love Has the Power" is where I did the production. So the homie, you didn't ask me to story.
Yeah.
Okay, say less. My homie John Key, magnificent producer. He did a lot of stuff at Solange and Seated at the Table. And came across him at Baby Rose camp at Astro out here in Atlanta. And he had made this beat for Rose. And he had made it live. He played the drums, keys, and all that shit. And I came and I said, oh, this is crazy. I said, they said, you want to do something to it? I said, sure.
Right.
So I sat in the corner. They sent me the actual record. And I chopped it up and made something really, really, one of my best chopping jobs. But actually, yeah, it's one of my best chopping jobs. Okay. Sampling. I'm like the best sample chopper in the world. But but it's about how you go about. Because sometimes you may chop it up finely. Yeah. Sometimes you may just use a macro, like have it loop. Because people love something that's familiar. So if your intention is like, I want them to be familiar with this, then you might just loop it simply or something like that, or just do a certain chop. But man, chopping up shit the right way is important. That's why I love Jay Dillon. Chop the screws, 5/2. That's another way. That's like Southern sampling in a sense, like because they're literally chopping it. So when I'm talking about chopping, it can be like I had to play some stuff off interview, but like I did this record with Aaron Ray coming out. Chopped up this song. I don't know if you know that song, the Get Money sample. Get money.
Yeah.
Okay, so I chopped that up, but I chopped it up, a little differently. And as soon as it comes on, niggas, they recognize it. They're like, oh, this is a different feel. So it's about intention and how you do the shit. Right. You get where I'm coming from. That's how they say it.
How do you start to create? Because I've been around people and it's like they be like, they'll sing a melody and then like they start to make a beat, or they'll make a beat and then stop and then come back and then add more stuff. How do you like? What does your creative process look like?
It varies depending on who I'm working with. It varies on a few things. I could have the same denominators in making something, but I'll still approach it differently just to see how I can. I might dice a tomato today. I might slice a tomato. I might, saute it. So it just depends on how things come. But typically, I'm starting off with a beat. Like I'll make some shit, or I'll have a sample, and while I'm making the beat or something, I'll come up with like a melody or a line, or I might have a bar from earlier. Somebody said something to me, a movie. Whoever's in the room, they may say something very interestingly. I'm like, oh, I like the way you said that.
Do you be saying it like that? You said that, you just tuck it away in your head, like, let me reference that later.
No, I mean, typically I'll be like, oh, that's fun, because I'm verbal about. I'm typically narrating the process while I'm making something. Okay. I notice that, so I'll be like, oh, that was fire. Like I'm calling it out, like, ooh, and a part of it is also like just sort of manifesting that it will continuously be fire. You know what I'm saying, type shit. So yeah, throwing that out there. So I'll point something like, oh, that's cold. Like somebody may send a beat or whatever. I have a beat playing, and then I also have my phone voice memo recording.
So you can sing?
A little bit.
Okay. I'm not gonna answer you singing that. Because I would say sing, a little bit too, because I can't sing.
Nah,
so
you can. You can do it, put your mind to.
Right. Okay. Well, that I've been trying. Okay. And I be like, that sound good, y'all? Yeah. And they be like, oh yeah, that's cool. I be like, y'all are like?
Now listen, you can do so like the way people approach art and shit now, which I picture wrist.
Because I feel like I'm a piece of art. You know? Okay, favorite song that's out. Favorite song that you like, it's always gonna be on a project, but didn't make it, and one that you're working on.
Okay. So, a song that didn't come out on the project is this record I have with, that's a few good records. I'll say this one. Oh, yeah, okay. This record with, it's between, can I say two of them?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so there's two that didn't come out I like. The first one I'm thinking about is this one with JID. But G had, it was me, my homie Christo, my homie Margo, Yulu, magnificent producers. And we had flipped the, this old school, like, sample. And G went crazy on it. I want to say it's called, like, Cousin Them or something like that.
It's in real, isn't
it? It was hard. We did it in North Carolina.
Okay.
It was a beautiful record. Another one that I did that didn't come out was this record with Justin Bieber.
I love him.
That's hard. He was supposed to do a Journals 2 project.
Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on Journals.
Journals
that's my shit.
That's one of the best.
I'm like, that's his best project ever. And my favorite song on there is Heartbreaker and Swap It Out.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Heartbreaker's crazy fire. Okay. Yeah. So he was supposed to do a Journals 2. And the record we did is called Antidepressant. But his fans leaked it. I don't know how they found it. Yeah, so shout out to people. The Believer fans, crazy. Like, for years they kept asking me for the song. Can you send me the instrumental? Man, can you do, like, one time, like, they had sent me a video, an audio of them, like, I think Justin in the car. He was listening to it. And they were recording him listening to it.
Yeah, fans go crazy. But, what's your dream collab?
Oh man, probably with Video. Outside of Video, like, cause I would love it. He's just incredible. I'm gonna send you some music.
Cause I want to listen.
He's incredible.
Okay.
Man, dream collab. It'll probably right now. I want to work with Tizo.
I like his voice. Yes, I love his voice. Yeah.
Tizo's incredible. He has a whole his demeanor, his aesthetic, his presentation, the way he does. It's out of this world.
I feel like people miss a lot of stuff when it comes to artistry. They think it's just the music, but I'm like, it's like you said, it's more than the music. It's like, okay, you put out good music, but you could be lame. And when I say lame, not like that, but like you could be like not evolved spiritually, mentally, emotionally, like not in tune with yourself. Like when that's what I'm saying. Like I want to listen to music that's gonna make me feel inspired. Like I want the people around me and everything that I do to inspire me.
True.
So
I get that. Yeah. That's like having your own jet fuel in a sense. You feel me? Because we gonna take off. We're real like rockets. You feel me? So to hear that, I totally attest to that, and I concur. Tizo, he tackles a lot of just topics of discussion. He has a song called "I'm Just a Fan," and the bar is, "What's the point of being on all day if they're going to complain about the noise you make? What's the point of being on all day if they're going to complain about the breeze you make? I'm just a fan." Very clever.
I like that. Yeah. Different play on words. I'm like, is he saying he's just a fan, like a fan of a person? But no, it's just like, I'm actually a fan.
But you can double entendre. Some people may be like, damn, I can relate to people complaining, wanting me to complain about certain things. And, so Tizo's, that's probably a dream collab right now. He's
We're going to manifest it.
For sure. It's happening.
So where do you pull inspiration from? Is it from people, places, things, experiences?
So all of them.
Okay.
More from experiences now than ever because I've gotten more into songwriting and creating and learning to storytell. When it comes to storytelling, you typically, experiences you have with that, but experiences you can get from, you can even sort of pull things from other people's experiences. Like, okay, I may watch a movie, and a movie may inspire me to write something. I have songs, I have songs that I've written recently that are sort of inspired by that sentiment because I talk about, in the song I have with this artist named Eli, we're talking about losing the love, and we say, don't you find it hard to be alone? And we say, don't you find it hard to breathe alone?
I love that. So you write from experiences. Can you tell me about an experience that you had that has impacted your career, like a lesson that you learned that you still apply to this day?
You're learning new things every day. It's the number one thing I've learned. Man, I really want niggas to understand is just to not take anything in the industry personally.
Yeah.
Because I come from a place when I first got to this industry, or just dealt with people in the industry. You know, motherfuckers would try you or do some crazy shit, and you'd be like, "What the fuck? Like, why would you do that?"
Weird.
You are very strange. And I also learned in that same moment, like, their strangeness might be a key factor in them being a great creative, or whatever the case. I'm not saying that being bad is not cool.
Yeah, I feel like music is all about an experience too, because I can listen to a song and I just might not know the words, but I know the beat, and I'm like, oh, they did this, and the drums, and the violin, the strings in the back. Then I'd be like, the words just get me. So I'm like a mixture of
Commonality with me. Soon, I hope that the appreciation for production, for songwriters, for engineers, starts to raise.
Yes.
Producers a lot of producers are shitted on in the industry very terribly. That's a part of the experience of me understanding and learning not to take things so personal.
Right.
You know?
It's like y'all are the meat of the plate. Like, it's kind of like, especially engineers, because it's like, I'm pretty sure it's hard to like cut people and be like, okay, do this take or do this again, and just it's so intricate, and I feel like people just overlook that. But you also have to have an eye into what's going on. When you're not around that, you don't know. So it takes for you to get around to be like, oh, okay. Yeah. It takes more, like, even when mixing a song, similar catalog. I sing Note to Self.
Yeah, Rise of magnificent artists, man.
So how did you feel when they were like, oh, she going with this one?
It makes sense. I'm one of the coders. I was even more appreciative that she wrote what she wrote on there because it delivered.
Yes.
It was a perfect.
It's like, it just makes the best sandwich.
It does.
Like, it's like, okay, period.
Yeah,
so.
it really does. My mom loves that song as well.
Really?
So that means a lot because my
You're
mom...
close with your mom?
Very close to both my parents.
So you're into fashion, clearly.
I think so.
What's your favorite shoe? Like Jordan shoe?
Jordan?
Yeah. Like silhouette. Like mine is a 4.
Okay.
The 4s.
It's probably 5. That's crazy.
I don't like the top part.
Love that part. But you don't.
Different.
I don't. But see, the thing is, I don't violate with the tongue out.
Yeah.
Ye and Verge used to do that, and there's some of my biggest fans. But them niggas used to have their tongue out.
Yeah.
I love a 5, man. But the thing is, if I were to have like an everyday shoe, the most Jordans that like the Jordan I have the most of actually is the one. The ones just do it.
And the 4s though.
Love 4s.
I love 4s. They look so good. Like on
Tim got some Black Cats right now.
I didn't even see.
Yeah, I got some braids at home. I just pulled out.
I want them. I just don't want to pay $400.
Let's get my first pair of 2s.
Oh, same this year.
So I thought it was a sturdier silhouette, but it's almost a little like flat.
The ankle hurts.
Yeah, it's a little interesting.
And then the toe box is narrow.
It is.
Just like the 4s. And I'm like.
Okay, and I'm like, okay.
Right, I'm like, this is cute. I have the lucky green ones.
Okay, I got the silver and white ones.
I like them, but I'm like, I'm not buying no more 2s because I feel like my foot be like, I feel like I can't. My feet are suffocating, and I'm just not a.
Let your shit breathe.
Yeah, that's why I'm a Jordan 1 girl.
So, shining, baby.
Thank you. I have a question for you, but it's called This or That.
Okay.
We're gonna do song edition, but we're gonna do your songs.
Ooh, perfect. Ooh,
that's
cool.
Like. Okay, Note to Self or To Be Honest?
Note to Self. That's crazy, because if Aaron sees this, he's gonna be like, alright, nigga.
Right.
But let me explain something.
Okay.
What project is To Be Honest from? That's the very first song, his very first project. I didn't know I had produced that until years later.
Really?
Somebody had taken my beat.
Are you serious?
Yes, Aaron didn't know either. And, you know, me and Aaron's story is so incredible because so many people have been trying to link us over years, and we just kept missing.
Yeah.
And then one day we linked, and I was just like, we came to the house, kicked it, found each other from Ohio. I left. I think the second time I came, he said, "Oh yeah, I did something to your shit," and now.
So y'all like brothers. Stronger by Usher or Summertime by Neo. And the reason why I picked these 2 is because they're such great male artists that are so influential. So I'm like, see.
I did. It's so crazy too because I did both of those records around the same time. Man. Okay. Before I pick, the guy that wrote to Stronger, I moved from Ohio in 2002. Been in Georgia ever since. He went to my church when I was in Ohio. Didn't find out until I looked up the writer and saw that he tragically passed away.
Oh my God.
Don't know how he died.
That's so sad.
But I showed my aunt. She said, "That's Gerald and them's brothers." She's like, "That's the guys who just sing in church with you." And I was like, "Are you serious?"
That's divine, like you've been saying.
No, that is. Mind blowing.
Yeah.
But Summertime, that beat, oh my gosh, I love that beat so much. But overall, I like Stronger better.
Okay.
I love Stronger better. And they use Stronger in a Discovery Channel show. Like this, the episode was inspired, like it was called Stronger, based off the song. So it was really cool. I made that in my bedroom very quickly, trying to think of a song that was sort of like very big and worldly.
Yeah.
I was thinking of The Lion King when I made it.
Okay. Yikes by Nicki Minaj or 11 Gray by Travis.
Yo, you're crazy.
I know. Because I like Yikes. Because I be like, you a clown. You do it for likes.
They do. They do fucking do it for likes. I was just saying that earlier.
It's quiet. Ain't no back talk. Like, that's my shit.
Yo.
Like, okay. It's quiet. Ain't no back talk.
Ain't no back talk. That's fine. I'll probably say Gray.
Okay.
I did Gray entirely. Shout out to Travis.
Right. I mean, honestly, it's such an honor to probably just have a placement with him in general.
For sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that was like one of his first like projects, and that changed the trajectory of his life. And Cody Blue 11 or Stars. That's my last one. Like, shit.
Cody Blue.
Okay.
So, which is crazy because you asked this question earlier. There's a record. I did a switch up on the end of Stars that was different from when you were most deaf. It was way more turned up and shit like that. I want to say Jay recorded something to it, but he decided to go with a different record. But Cody Blue, similar process to how I did Power for Baby Rose is how I made Cody Blue.
Okay.
And that made Jay a fan of my work after he saw what I did on that.
I love that. Must be really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Pass my game. How do you want to be remembered?
I would like to be remembered as somebody, man. I feel like the answer is egotistic in a sense, but
that's okay.
I do want to be remembered as similar to like those who I remember as great people and still consider greats. Like, of course, every nigga's favorite answer, Kanye, but shit, even deeper than that, niggas like Marcus Garvey and shit, or Tremaine. Tremaine with Dental Tears, just somebody who impacted the current culture and the cultures to come. You feel me? Like somebody they can reference, like, hey, this is one of the GOATs, this is one of the best. You know, so somebody who really did a lot of major grassroots work for the black community and for the world in general. Period. You feel me? Like, that's important. And to my family.
Okay. Last one. How would you describe yourself and what those qualities or adjectives that you say need to define your answer that you just gave me?
Okay. That's crazy. You got me brainstorming this hot ass weather.
I know.
It's crazy. That was really good. Magnanimous. Clever. Spellbinding. Remarkable.
Period.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Okay.
I think Mama would be proud of them. Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
For being on my POV.